Hello, today's video is on stock number 35803TE, the 4 to 20 milliamp current loop signal generator. Let's see, its power supply is from 15 to 30 volts. Output range, you have two ranges, 4 to 20 milliamps and 3 to 21 milliamps. It has three display modes, real current, 0 to 100%, and 0 to 50 Hertz. I'll get in and explain that to you in the programming. Let's see, sampling resistance is less than 500 ohms. Output accuracy is plus or minus 0.5%. And display resolution is 0.01 milliamps. Okay, first thing I would advise, if you're going to get into using some of the advanced settings, go to the link below, print out the data sheet so you can follow along with what I do, kind of like what I did here, so you can make notes. There's my little cheat sheets. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. It's a panel mount. As you can see, little mounting ears. It mounts in a 77 millimeter by 40 millimeter cutout. As you see, these are 1-inch squares. You can see it's about a little over 3 inches. If you include the knob, almost 2 inches. So just to give you an idea of the size. It does have a backlighting, a very dim one, which won't help in the daytime, but at night it'll help you be able to read a display. Okay, let's get into some of the programming on this. It has a rotary knob that allows you to adjust your output. I guess first thing I need to explain, I have this hooked up to my digital multimeter, which has a 200 milliamp range, which 1 milliamp, 0.1 milliamp is about the resolution you can see. So you'll see a slight difference between the unit and my meter. It's hooked up to the back to this little terminal block. This is the digital multimeter lead. This is the power supply lead. It doesn't matter. You can flip the polarity. Polarity doesn't matter on that situation. And for the negative, I have this is my digital multimeter. This is my power supply, which I have off screen. And obviously, to control the settings, simply turn the rotary knob up or down. It comes factory set with the course settings. Let me get in here and show you how to change that. Press and hold. And you see F1 come up. You have two modes. You have 0, which is factory, which is course adjustment, and 1, which will be fine-tune adjustment. Now we're in fine-tune adjustment because we have the 1. As you can see, it's 0.01 resolution now, if you need fine-tune adjustment. Okay, now let's get into some of the more advanced settings. This is why I said print out the data sheet. Press and hold. Press again, and we have different settings here. 0 is coarse, 1 is fine-tune, 2 and 3 are some advanced settings which I'll get into in a moment. Now let me show you how to some of the other features of this. Press and hold. Now just doing a slight turn, you have a password. You have plus, minus, minus, plus, enter. Gets us into F2, which allows you to, the 0 setting is from 4 to 20 milliamps. You use setting 1 is 3 to 21 milliamps. So if we were to do that, let's just, and then setting 4 is if you want to adjust your pulse rate. Instead of using 0.1 or 0.01 resolution, you can change this up to, let's see, oops. Now I'm going to show you what that does. As you can see, under that setting, for the course, 50 equals 5 milliamps. So every time you jump 5 milliamps till you reach the maximum setting of 21, because So that allows you to, if you want to quickly adjust through the whole range instead of having to use very fine or what they even call, of course, a 0.1. You can adjust it up to 5 milliamp adjustments. Press and hold, actually, element, oops, back into our password, plus, minus, minus. I skipped number 3. Number 3 comes factory set at 0, and that shows the real current. If you use 1, we'll scroll to end. Now we're showing a percentage. 100% is your max setting, down to 0. There again, I left the course adjustment very high. Let me go change that and give you a better understanding. Slight turn, plus, minus, minus, plus. 3, 4. Turn that back down to 0. Oh, down to 1. It's the lowest setting. Now you get a better understanding how the percentage works. Alright, now let's get into... Oh, I forgot to show you that. And when you're in the regular operating mode, if you were to just press this unit once, you see the 3 little dots, it saved that setting. So if you change it, and I'm going to remove power, power back on, it will go back to what the setting was before you lost power. But let's get back in and show you the third option. Slight turn, plus, minus, minus, plus. And we went back into 3. And you have the next option, 2, which shows you 0 to 50 hertz. Okay, displays 50. But I think most people will simply use the actual current. Press and hold, slight turn, plus, minus, minus, plus, enter. And that was under F3. We want that set back to 0. Okay, F4 we already talked about. That's adjusting the coarse adjustment. F5 allows you to adjust the fine-tuning adjustment. There again, let's just keep it at simple at 10. And let's get into fine-tuning adjustment, which is 1. So now you can see it's just the it's only the 0.1 milliamp adjustment. Get that back to coarse. Slight turn, plus, minus, minus, plus, and enter, and that was F5. Turn that back to 0, or I'm sorry, 1. F6. F6 is the automatic save or not to save. Quite honestly, I played with this a little bit. I've not got it to work the way I think it should, but it comes factory set at 0, where you have to press the button to save your last setting when you're in the operation mode. F7 is a calibration. Be very careful when using this. You press the button once. It comes factory pre-calibrated, but you can adjust it this yourself. First time you play with it, I would write that number down, like on mine. Originally it said 11, but you can get in and adjust and you should see a slight, very fine-tuned adjustment. But be careful playing with that. Press the button again. End means that'll put you back in operation mode. Alright, now you have, let's say you don't want to keep spinning the knob, you have certain set points you want to reach. You can program this with preset points. Now we'll get into that mode. Press and hold. Let's see, that would be new password plus minus plus minus. Okay, comes factory set at 0. You can set up to 9 different parameters. The first one comes factory set at 4 milliamps, but at any point in time while it's flashing, you can save your first set point. You can use 2 to 9 different set points. First one from the factory is at 4 milliamps. The second set point, press again, comes at 5.5 milliamps. There again, you can adjust it. Timing 3 is set at 7 milliamps. There again, you can adjust it. All the way up to, next one is 8.5, 10 milliamps, 6 is 11.5, 13, 8 is set at 14.5, and your final one is set at 16 milliamps. Now, we're at the end. Now what this does, oops, I forgot one other thing. This is programming 2, so you have to get in. Program 1, Program 2 under F1. This is why you need to follow along on the data sheet. Okay, our first setting is at 4 milliamps. F2 is at 5.5. Next one's at 7. As you can see, if you only want to use 2 or 3 settings, you can use 2 or 3 settings and quickly get to your set points. See, F9, 109 is your highest setting, so there again you can use 2 to 9's presets. Alright, let's get that turned off. Oops. If you do something wrong, I'll just simply tell you error and flashback. Press again. There again, 0 is coarse, number 1 is fine, 2 is the 9 different programs. Now 3 is a very interesting product. Let me get in there and do that correctly. It's already running the program. So one small turn. The password for that is minus, oops, too many error. Let me put in the correct passcode. It is minus, plus, enter. This is the F2 program. I will put up a little screenshot. It'll give you examples of how to program an automatic curve for your output settings. It's automatically running. As you can see, you can pre-program whether you want what type of curved output settings or triangle, and the time, how long you want it to run, to simulate whatever you're trying to test. Okay, that's all the basic operations of the unit. I know it's a little complex, but once you've done it a couple times, I'm sure you can master it. If you have any questions, let us know. And thank you for watching our video. Let me just put it back in the original mode. Press and hold. Press again. It's on program 3 for time. Preset points. 1 is fine. 0 is coarse. Okay, back into the regular operating mode. Alright, thank you for watching our video. Oops, I forgot to mention this. When you first get the unit from the manufacturer, there is no programming for F100 or F200, so when you get it, you press and hold, and when you get the F001, you only have an option between 1 and 0, coarse and fine adjustment. In the video, you could see there was a 2 and 3, but that's because I was playing with this before I made the video and I had programming in those sections. So if you only have access to 1 and 0, That's because there is no other programming set up. You have to set that up first to get access to section 2 and 3. All right, that's the last little bit. Thank you for watching the video.